Look at this hill here. Glad we're not having to do this in the rain. We have made it to the highest point for the day. From here is just going to be downhill to camp. So down there is the Buritaca River. That's the one we're going to be swimming in later. Three, two, one, let's go! Whoa! Oh yeah! Feels great! There goes Christian. Make Australia proud. There we go! There we go! Atta boy! Oh, that hurt! Oh my god! Oh! What a smack! This is camp for the night. My humble abode with a mosquito net. I've got my shoes tied up here because they told me that scorpions will crawl in your shoes at night. So, gotta get up at 5 a.m. in the morning. We'll see you then. These are some coffee plants out here. Apparently we're passing through what at least used to be a farm. Cows over there, and mountains over there. More hard terrain. Beautiful views and ankle breakers as we come up on indigenous territory. Look at the size of this frog. It's pretty well camouflaged too. Goodness. Oh, I stepped on it. Look at this stretch of trail right here. Golly. Muddy. So we stumbled across a little indigenous house right here. Our guide asked permission if we could go in. They said we could. So we're gonna go in and check out what it's like to be an indigenous person in rural Colombia.
Aquí en Colombia 100% nosotros fabricamos el bolso. Mochila arhuaca, cancuamos, coyuiwa que tenemos.
So he says, welcome to me.
I have purchased here a Gatorade and some coca leaf. So hopefully this will propel me to the lost city. Give it a little try. They say you're supposed to chew it but not swallow it. Tastes like you're chewing leaves. It's a little indigenous farm here. Oh, look at that size of that turkey. These are some of the hazards we got to be careful of out here. Looks like somebody killed them. But got to keep our eyes peeled. It's like nobody's home. So what our guide was just explaining is that these houses are made in the shape of a circle to honor their most important god in the religion, the sun. And they're also made in the shape of a mountain, so it's almost like they have their own little mountain range here. This biggest hut is the place where the men go to do spiritual like ceremonies. We might have just found some jaguar tracks. Oh my gosh! It's cold! Woohoo! Feels good though. Oh wow! Look at that current! Yeah. That's it. This is a giant anthill. That is crazy. Imagine they just jump out at you. They've made it up what they call happy hour. Spoiler alert, there was nothing happy about it. But we're gonna get some pineapple and then keep trudging to tonight's camp, but it should be all downhill. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Mr. Rogers. I don't know the rest of the song. We have made it out of the monsoon and into camp. Unfortunately now the river's too high for us to swim, but day 2 is in the books at 2:20 p.m. We started at 5 in the morning and our guide said we had a record time. So I don't know if he just tells everybody that, but I'm gonna choose to believe it. Probably 7 little indigenous kids under the age of 6 just scrambling around here. Oh, here they come. The showers over here, not much in terms of ambiance or water temperature, but still probably one of the best showers I've ever taken. Got a little bit of chocolate, I think it's like Milo. The first one's here, which is good. So hopefully we can be the first ones at the Lost City tomorrow.
No, it's like 45, but I want to get to camp early.
Oh, is that the first? Yeah, I think we got to camp at the right time. This is that Forrest Gump sideways and upside down rain right now. They've even got little mini waterfalls forming behind us. The waterfall sliding into camp is growing. I hope I don't wake up tonight with my mattress floating down the river. Whoa. All right, so we're at the base of the Lost City. 1,200 steps up. What's the record getting up?
For me,
Yeah,
just takes 15 minutes.
15
going
minutes.
up here.
Okay, easy, got it.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
2 minutes in. Oh my gosh. I believe we have made it. It looks like record time. Oh, wow. I think we got the whole place to ourselves. Except for a couple. Like a swimming pool.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Like a baptism pool or something. What's that way?
Yeah, I saw the indigenous come out there.
Oh.
That's probably the next section.
Yeah. Oh, really? I wonder if they live back there, maybe.
He was saying that because I was trying to figure out where that picture is that everybody takes. It's not here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's another section.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So we have found out there's two theories for this. First, it could be a place to purify, like it could have been a big bathtub before you go to the subsequent terraces, because that's where the like the high priests and stuff lived, and so you'd have to purify, clean before you went and see them. The second is it could be some kind of prison or some kind of punishment pit, so best to probably not go down there.
Este mapa estaba sobre dentro de la casa y los campesinos que fueron los primeros que descubrieron el lugar, que lo encontraron, saquearon.
You gotta be kidding me with that. It's like the Jade Palace from Kung Fu Panda. If you know what I'm talking about. So obviously these terraces weren't like this, thousands of years ago. They had huts built on them. Over there, that area was where the community hut was built. And right here actually wasn't a hut. It was still a flat area. And this is where this giant Thanos-looking chair is where the community leader would sit, the spiritual leader. And he was kind of judge, jury, and executioner back in the day. He even acted as a doctor, the guy told me. He would prescribe different things for sicknesses here. He would oversee divorces, any kind of criminal cases or anything. And he would sit here, and then people would gather around to hear what he said. So all these little circles would have had a hut on them. The guy just told me something very interesting, that traditionally in a family, the men, like the husband and sons, sleep in a different hut than the women. So I just thought that was, I've never heard of that before, but very interesting.
The history of La Ciudad Perdida is complicated, contested, and shrouded in mystery. On my trek, I found that different indigenous groups, farmers, and guides all seem to tell a different version of the story. That being said, I'll tell you what I was told. La Ciudad Perdida of northern Colombia is thought to have been constructed around 1,200 years ago and was home to over 8,000 natives, known as the Tayuna people. It was abandoned around 1650, shortly after the Spaniards arrived. No one is exactly sure why, but the prevailing theory is that the Tayuna people who inhabited the city were in contact with other natives who had gotten sick from Spanish diseases. The Tayuna also got sick of these diseases and began to believe that the city was cursed. In a panic, they packed up and fled to the surrounding areas. Over the centuries, the dense jungle slowly swallowed the city until it vanished without a trace. It wasn't until 1972, when treasure hunters rediscovered the lost city, that the indigenous populations of the surrounding areas returned, all of them claiming that La Ciudad Perdida belonged to them. What ensued was a violent period of chaos between rival indigenous groups, communist guerrillas, cartel-funded coca farmers, and the Colombian government, all claiming some kind of ownership over the lost city and its artifacts. Eventually, the guerrillas and the cartel groups were ousted from this region, leaving the indigenous and the Colombian government to form a partnership to preserve this archaeological wonder. Although as of now the two parties cooperate, the future of La Ciudad Perdida is uncertain. No one knows what La Ciudad Perdida's future entails. Frankly, no one really knows what its past entailed. What I do know is this: if you get the opportunity to visit this wonder, it's worth the trip.
Bye.